everyone. Thank you for joining me on Minding Your Life with Dr. Blessing. I know the light in this room is not that great, but we'll make it work, all right? About 2 weeks ago, I was supposed to do a video, and I had gotten ready, had everything ready to go. The next morning, when I woke up, it was the day it was supposed to be. I woke up that morning, looked in the mirror, and my body was telling me that something was really wrong with my system. Something was happening internally that was manifesting itself physically, and it was not good. It did not look good, and it was a little scary. I took some time for a couple of minutes, sat down, made notes of what I was feeling, what was happening with me. Luckily, it wasn't. It was more of the physical manifestation of what's happening versus me having so many other symptoms. So I immediately got myself to in my emergency medical care. Because it really needed to happen right there and right then. But one thing that happened is that I have a habit of keeping track of how I am doing emotionally, physically, and otherwise. I've had some health problems over the years, and because of that, I try to do certain things at least weekly to check how I'm doing, to make a point of looking at how the week went in terms of the different aspects of my health. So one great thing about that is by the time I got to the emergency, and by the time I was able to see the doctor, I was able to make note of what has been happening the past week. What was different the night before I went to sleep? Any symptoms I was having, have I had that before? So I was able to do a very good assessment of what has been happening in terms of my health, and that really helped a lot when when I was finally able to see the doctor to give a lot of information before he was even asking, and that also got us quickly to diagnosis of what was happening and got to the treatment. Why am I saying this? For some of you that know me very well, I talk a lot about our health and how it is very, very important for us to pay attention and do assessments and really get to know ourselves and our system and our mind and our brain and everything that has to do with us. Again, so many of us have a very good habit of knowing what's happening with other people, including for those of you that are in health field. But most of us kind of know what's going on with our children. We can quickly tell you what we're seeing. We know what's happening with other people. But I've asked a lot of people, both in the health field and in my practice, about their own health, about different areas of their health. If you've come to my office before for the first time, you notice that I have a whole lot of questions that I ask in the assessment that usually would take people at least an hour to fill out. I ask those questions because I want people to truly get to know about their health, to get to know about how they're doing, because it really allows you to be able to know where you are and what you need to do next. And it is very, very important for us to do that. So, with me, being able to know certain things about my health and keeping track of what's going on, it allowed me to quickly convey those information to the doctors about what was happening with me and for them to be able to get to treatment right away. So even if you're doing, certain treatments or doing certain things for yourself when something happens, having some of those vital information becomes very, very important. So I'm talking this in this show because, I've seen that happen a lot of times when people don't take time to get to know themselves. One of the things I'm working on that will be coming out later, because I've used this a lot with a lot of my clients and it has been very helpful for them, is to be able to put together or have together for you something that allows you to be able to do better assessment of different aspects of your health. It can be on weekly, on weekly basis or even monthly basis, but you have to have some kind of timeline and some intervals of when you really sit down just for a few minutes to take stock of what is happening with you in different areas of your health. And for some of us that have access to, healthcare, then you can be able to coordinate with, the health professionals that are working with you. So it is very, very important, no matter where in the world that you are at, to be able to take some time to figure out what's happening with you, to really get to know you at different levels, so that then when you need something else to happen, as you continue to grow, as you continue to work on, getting yourself better at different areas, you have a really great idea of what is going on with your health, with your mental health, with your spiritual health, with your financial health, with your body. If I ask you what's happening in your head, what is happening on your body, what is happening on your feet. Again, I have a lot of people that have a hard time really telling me what's going on, telling me what is the difference between what they're seeing today versus what they were seeing last week or what they were even seeing yesterday with their system. So it is very, very important for you to get to know yourself, because then when you do that, you are able to do a lot more in terms of taking care of your health. Very, very important. You cannot be taking care of other people. You cannot be doing as well in terms of your work, productivity, and other things, your relationships, if you are not able to take care of yourself, if you're not able to take some time to get what you need for yourself. I talk a lot about self-care. Very important. I am still amazed at how so many people have a hard time really doing self-care, really taking some time to take care of themselves. This can be from just few minutes each day to a longer period of time, to even the time that you take your vacations, you take your holiday. It is very, very important, because again, for you to be able to keep taking care of every other responsibilities that you have, for you to be able to continue to live your life, it is very important that you take care of you, that you take care of what is going on with your own self, that you take some time to replenish, you take some time to rejuvenate, that you take some time to really get to know you and take care of you and know the things that are nurturing to your system, to know the things that are healing, that are very important to the different aspects of your health. Very important. So get to know you so that you will get to know what is important to your system, and then you implement that, you put those in action. Again, when I say self-care, a lot of people think that it is something you have to do for hours or something you have to do for days. Yes, you need to be able to put those in place from time to time, but also just a few minutes that you spend. I have a lot of times, I have people scheduled back to back for 9 or 10 hours a day. I cannot sit in an office and see people and work with people that long without taking breaks. And I have, from seconds, it can be just few minutes, going outside, letting the sunshine, fall on my face, or just taking a moment to just relax and breathe in and out and take some time to just, reflect and, sometimes pray and just do certain things. But it's about taking care of me. I can play some music that are nurturing to my soul, that are just, that I'm just feeling. Or it can be, maybe lunchtime, taking or snack time, taking time to really enjoy the meal that I'm eating. But there are certain things I do each day, I do each week, I do each month, and I do at certain times of the year, that is about nurturing me, that is about taking care of me, taking care of my spirit, taking care of my body, taking care of different aspects of me. It is very important that you do that for yourself too, because then that starts to reflect on other things that you do throughout your life. It reflects on what's happening in your brain. We're going to talk a lot later about how the brain responds to a lot of things, and how it effect of other things on the brain. But definitely, just that little time that you take for yourself is very, very important, because that's the way that you take care of yourself. And like I said, that can be just from very few minutes to a longer period of time. Once a week, just do something for yourself. And yes, I know a lot of you are sitting there going, but I don't have time. Yes, you do. If you have time to do anything else, if you have time to take care of other responsibilities, take care of other people, you do have time to take care of yourself. I have people that I work with, that I know, that are very, very busy. Some people run companies, some people do other things, but they're very, very busy. They have to carve out time. It can be at the beginning of your day, it can be at the end of your day, it can be, again, very few minutes in between the things that you're doing. But there has to be times that you stop and just be, that you stop and just take breaths, that you stop and just allow your system to calibrate, to take some time and take care of you, so that then you can be fully present in other things that you do. Intentionality is very, very important, just to be able to stop and intentionally take some time for yourself. It becomes very, very important. So please work on implementing that. Next time I'm going to also talk a lot about, I don't have time to be able to get more into that. But in terms of stress, I always talk about stress also in terms of, stress is not what's happening. When I talk about it and I ask people, what is stress? I start hearing about bills, I start hearing about work, I start hearing about raising kids and every other thing. Those are not stress. That is life, as we all know. That's just part of what life is about. Again, stress is about how things that are happening in your life, how life and all those things are affecting you and how you're responding to that. That's why something can happen and you see two people responding and and the effect on them being quite different, and the stress level for that is different for two people. So stress is that. How are those things affecting you and how you're responding to that? So next time we're going to take some time and really talk about that and how important it is in terms of what's happening with you. So once again, what I was getting to today is taking some time for you, taking some time to sit down. And for some of you, you may need to, contact somebody like me. I can sit down and really put together with you some of the things that you can look at, that you can take some time to look at. It can be, again, a few minutes that you can do this each week to look at different aspects of your health and how you are doing. Get some baseline if you haven't done this before. Get some baseline in some areas, and then use that to, as a marker for other times that you check the different areas of your health, just so that you can really take some time and get to know you and take care of you. You have to do that. All right. So I want to hear more from all of you in terms of what's going on, how you're implementing this, how you're taking care of yourself, and also shoot me, questions and topics that we can continue to discuss. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to set up the notifications so that you know when the videos come out, and share this video and others with other people. So I look forward to talking to you next time, and stay well, take care of yourself, and goodbye.